If you've been stalking my chess.com profile, you'll notice a distinct lack of games that I've played. In fact, if we look at my chess.com insights, in the last month, I've played just 5 bullet games across the entire website. This is an incredibly low amount of games for somebody who plays chess as a full-time job. But I haven't quit chess. Over the last couple months, I've been playing more and more games on Lichess until it's become the only platform that I really play on. Today, I want to go through all of the reasons that I made that decision as a chess player and as a content creator. Before we do get into the video though, today's video wouldn't be possible without our sponsor, ChessMind.AI. ChessMind.AI is a next-generation AI-powered chess improvement platform. Not only does ChessMind have completely free puzzles, but they also have a wide range of courses you can select from for less than $5 per month. All of the courses are handcrafted by Chilean Grandmaster Mauricio Flores and are designed to make you a master of any opening variation in around an hour. They perfectly balance top quality theory with ease of learning to take the boring out of any study. Once you've completed these opening courses, you can either play puzzles deriving from said opening, or dive into their AI integrations which quiz your knowledge on what you've just learned. The AI acts as a replacement for a coach, asking you to find the characteristics of certain positions and explain the advantages and disadvantages. You can check out ChessMind.AI with the link in the description where you can get 30% off your subscription. But with all that being said, let me tell you exactly why I decided to make the change from chess.com to Lichess. I'm going to keep this part extremely brief, but currently there is absolutely zero reason to be a chess.com creator. For anyone that thinks chess.com creators make a lot of money from their affiliate links, they don't. The problem with chess.com's affiliate links is they don't serve as a discount for the user actually paying for the subscription. They still have to pay full price, and this disincentivizes anyone to actually use our codes, as it's no different from just buying a regular subscription. It's not really worth wasting your breath to advertise it to your viewers either. I made more money doing a 45-second advertisement for ChessMind than I ever have with chess.com. In fact, I made over 100 times the amount from that 45-second segment than I have with chess.com at all. Chess.com's membership doesn't really give you anything special, the affiliate links don't give the user a discount, and chess.com doesn't really pay their creators a big percentage of that affiliate link. That's not to say that Lichess gives their creators money either, they don't. But it's worth mentioning that there is zero financial reason to be a chess.com creator. There's not really any big opportunities on chess.com either. I can happily make lots of content on Lichess without worrying that I'm letting anything slip by on chess.com. I want it to be very clear though that I've had a very positive relationship with chess.com over the last few years. I really don't have any bad experiences with them, and my reason to swap over is completely detached from any kind of creator standpoint. They gave me thousands of dollars of chess.com memberships to give away from my viewers. They're very easy to work with, and if you ever have a problem with the website, their staff are extremely friendly. In the same sentence, there is absolutely no reason to pledge your allegiance to the platform. They don't really offer you anything apart from a respectful business relationship, which is the bare minimum in my opinion. So if there are opportunities for me to work on other platforms, I am 100% going to take them. I also do want to mention chess.com absolutely does not care if I make content on Lichess. As long as I'm not unfairly criticizing chess.com, they're never going to have a problem with it. Basically, I want to make it very clear that from the creator standpoint, nothing has influenced my decision to swap from chess.com to Lichess. But that leads us to a good question. What did? Before I continue, I want to make it very clear that chess.com is a good website. I wholeheartedly disagree with Lichess players that take every single opportunity to criticize chess.com just because there are paywalls on their website. Chess.com constantly makes great strides to grow the game of chess, which is something that I respect massively. This progress would not be possible if chess.com was not a profitable business. However, in the same sentence, I still think Lichess is the better website. 11 months ago, I uploaded a video called I Swapped to Lichess for 30 days. Here's what I found. I essentially outlined what I liked and disliked about Lichess, making frequent comparisons with chess.com. In that video, I was very critical of Lichess, and I ended up saying that I thought that chess.com was the better platform after spending 30 days on Lichess. So this video is coming from someone that genuinely preferred chess.com just 11 months ago. Since then, I've made individual reviews of chess.com and Lichess. I had been playing on Lichess for around 8 months longer and ended up rating Lichess a 9 out of 10 and chess.com a 6 out of 10. I want to go over what led me to have my opinion changed so drastically and why it might be a good consideration for you as well. One major thing that stopped me from playing on chess.com was the player legitimacy. Whilst chess.com has made enormous progress in terms of anti-cheating on their website, it doesn't really fix the problem that you are wasting 20 minutes of your day every time you verse a cheater in the rapid pool. I made a video 5 months ago titled "Does chess.com still have a cheating crisis?" which was a follow-up to one of the biggest videos on this channel with around 250,000 views. In that video, I outlined that on average 25% of my games had ELO refunded in them due to my opponent's cheating. 6 months earlier, chess.com was only refunding 11% of games. So even though they have begun to acknowledge and catch all of the cheaters on their website, it still doesn't give you back the time that you wasted playing them. This is a huge problem to me and anyone else that really values their time when they're playing chess. It's not only a waste of time for every 4th game you play on the platform to be against a cheater, but it's impossible to build momentum when you know every 4th game will just be lost. You might be thinking, if chess.com has these problems, surely Lichess does as well. The answer is weirdly no. I'm no expert on fair play on Lichess, I kind of just play my games and get on with it. But I'm genuinely convinced over the last 3 months on Lichess, I have maybe versed one cheater per 100 games on the platform. I genuinely don't know how to explain this either. If any of you guys have theories, let me know in the comments below, I'd really like to hear them. But it's just so much easier for me to play chess when I'm not constantly worried that my next opponent will be a cheater. Before people give me the "you only think people are cheating because you're losing games" argument, I've actually lost ELO since playing on Lichess. I currently play rapid games on my secret Lichess account, so I'm not leaking my opening repertoire for my classical games. But my rating on that account is 2,240, which is 100 ELO less than it is on chess.com. I am aware a big part of this is because I'm playing a new repertoire on that account, but I genuinely believe in the 64 rapid games I've played on that account specifically, I've versed no cheaters. Lichess also agrees with this, as 0 of my opponents have been banned on the website. If you think that that sample size isn't big enough, I've played over 1,200 games on my main account, which is jacksarkbiz1, and I have never suspected my opponents of cheating in that time. The intention of this video isn't to figure out why that's happening though, but it's just to point it out and tell you that it's a reason that I was influenced to swap from chess.com to Lichess. I should also say that just because this was my experience doesn't mean yours will be the same. People cheat at different rates depending on what ELO you are and what time control you play, so it's going to be different for everyone. But I also coach a lot of students who play either rapid or classical on Lichess, and they've had similar experiences. If you are interested in coaching, feel free to check out the link in the description where you can book a lesson, but it seems like Lichess has some magical way of just dispelling cheaters of their website in the recent months. Let me know in the comments below what your experience has been on chess.com or Lichess regarding cheating, but for now, let's move on. I've also kind of gotten to the point where one of the only things that I actively train right now is my opening repertoire. Although at my level you should be training more than your opening repertoire, it's been a sole focus of mine which has led me to use Lichess's study feature. There's a lot of great things about chess.com, but one thing I absolutely will not hold back at is their abomination of a study feature, which is their classroom feature. It's terribly glitchy, and the fact that you can't save your studies like you can on Lichess makes it near pointless in my opinion. The Lichess study feature is an absolute necessity when it comes to training at the advanced level. Want to collaborate on something with your friends? Study feature. Want to add to a portfolio of mistakes you commonly make out of the opening? Study feature. Want to build an entire repertoire from scratch? You guessed it, the Lichess study feature. I uploaded a video recently on how you can make an entire opening repertoire from scratch by using the Lichess study feature. If you'd like to see that video, I'll link it in the description below. But I genuinely cannot explain to you guys how important the study feature is for training in chess. Technically speaking, you could play on chess.com whilst also using the Lichess study feature, but I just found myself on the Lichess homepage so much that it influenced me to play on the website as well. So even if it was more of a subconscious thing, it still influenced my decision nonetheless. Something I don't see a lot of people talking about as well, which actually influenced my decision quite a bit, was the new Lichess mobile app. When I'm in public and don't have anything to do, chess is a great way to pass the time. But for the longest time, the Lichess app has been pretty bad. But in the last few months, Lichess released a new mobile app, which is near perfect in my opinion. The only thing that doesn't really work in the app is the study feature. You can browse your current studies, but you can't make a new one, which is very annoying if you're at an over-the-board tournament and want to add your game to a study. The chess.com app is good, don't get me wrong, but it really had no competition up until the new mobile app was released by Lichess. For me, it started with not wanting to ruin my chess.com ratings while I was playing subpar chess on my phone. That escalated to me playing on the Lichess app so much that I just subconsciously played it on my PC as well. One thing I will say as well is the Lichess pre-moves are an absolute godsend for playing on mobile. Because of the nature of playing without a mouse, you're going to be in time trouble a lot more, so those 0-second pre-moves are very helpful. I won't go on about the app too much more, but I do think that I should be giving Lichess their flowers when it comes to their mobile app because I don't see anyone else doing the same thing. Overall, what I think is the most important factor is I'm just so much happier playing chess on Lichess than I was on chess.com. I still hate the pre-moves on Lichess when you're playing on a mouse. I think they're absolutely atrocious and it makes it impossible to flag anyone. But aside from that, I'm rarely in a bad headspace when it comes to playing chess because of the platform I'm playing on. On chess.com, I would constantly have people cheat against me, send horrible things in the chat, or just stall me when I'm in a winning position. On Lichess, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. Of course, everyone's experience will be different, but my experience has been very, very positive. Of course, a huge part of this shift has been because I'm not playing against so many cheaters now, but there are other notable factors as well. There's honestly not too much more to say when it comes to my decision of leaving chess.com for Lichess. In no way have I cut ties with chess.com at all. I would be more than inclined to come back to the platform if things improved. But with how everything is on the platform right now, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. I'll be the first one to say that a lot of my videos are covering negative topics. There are a lot of things to criticize in the chess world, and I won't shy away from making a video when that is the case. But there's an overarching theme of positivity on this video, and I wanted to extend that to you guys today. If you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you'll know that I've been studying the Sicilian defense for an upcoming video. I'm happy to announce that with the help of our sponsor, ChessMind.AI, I'll be releasing a completely free Sicilian defense course on their website. The full theoretical video will be released on my channel sometime in late November, with the course dropping at the same time. All you guys need to do is make your free account on the ChessMind website. That's literally it. You can also subscribe if you want to be notified when it releases. That would be cool too. Apart from that though, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. We'll have the part 2 of the educational chess YouTuber tier list released in a couple of days as well, so you guys have that to look forward to. But other than that, take care and I'll see you all in the next video.